Well, for the first thing, we never talked about calling it efficiency or cost savings or anything else. We talked about driving up quality of patient care. And it was our belief that if you get quality right, then the rest of the things fall into place, and that's borne fruit over the past few years. We're financially stable, we have been for years. Our quality of care has gone up. We've got systems in place that help us to do that. And actually, we've got a highly motivated workforce who tell me that they're happy to work there. Well, let's take one example, the use of laboratory tests. For years and in previous jobs, we've tried to make sure that junior doctors don't tick every available box just in case the consultant might want an odd test when they turn up on their ward round. So we've protocolised all that via our electronic systems. So the consultants have said what tests they want for which patients. We've seen an overall reduction down to by about a third of the previous tests, and yet there's nobody suddenly doing last minute tests and saying this wasn't available. The staff know and learn from that, and there's not even any anxiety in the junior doctors that they haven't ordered anything, and yet our use of tests and reagents has gone down, meaning we're providing a cheaper system. One of the things we do with the staff is we talk about how you're going to improve the care you give. We make sure that responsibility is one of our key values, so that it's everyone's responsibility to do their own job well, but to also be part of a team and to point out whether there are deficiencies or inefficiencies in the system. We reward good ideas, we reward innovation, we reward good practice. But equally, on the other hand, we are very ruthless in driving out bad practice and holding people to account when things haven't been done as they should have been. And the staff found that actually a good place to be. Good staff feel that their efforts are noticed, but they also know that they're not working alongside people who aren't doing the job to the same standards they wish to see. Well, on our patient surveys, we ask our patients to feed in a survey every day while they're with us, so we have hundreds of thousands of feedbacks. We have digital TVs beside the patient beds. Our volunteers go around and help patients to fill them in or encourage them to do so, and our feedback's been very, very positive. But the other thing we do is we think that questionnaires and surveys done out of date are of less use than ones done on a live basis. So if, for example, 2 patients complain about cleanliness on a ward, then the matron for that ward will get an email alert direct to her BlackBerry telling her she has to go to that ward. Similarly, the food for chefs and quite a lot of other things. So patients get immediate feedback, and we can do something about the problem rather than them sitting at home thinking about it and writing a letter weeks later, or indeed filling in a survey that we get the results of 18 months later. I think the things that really count are quality of care has got to be a priority right throughout the organisation, and that really is the only thing we talk about in the organisation. I think the very important thing we have is live information for staff. They get instant feedback on everything they've done, every action they've done. So one of the clinical quality improvements we wanted to look at was whether patients got their drugs on time. It sounds simple, but it isn't. Most people come into hospital, the therapy they get is drug treatment. Surgery accounts for slightly under half. So it's imperative people get their drugs at the right time. But worldwide, if you look at the evidence, up to 9 to 20% of patients don't get their drugs on time in a timely fashion. So we've started measuring that. We've driven that right down so that people know the focus on patients getting the right therapy at the right time. We've seen huge benefits in terms of length of stay and in mortality coming down across the trust. And also there's a focus of people that we know, that our staff know, that we want them to do it right. I mean, that's a clumsy sentence, but staff know we're looking at what they're doing right down to each individual interaction with patients. And actually, there's a great pride in making sure they do it right, in making sure that they continue to improve their performance. And we capture all that in a dashboard because we have electronic systems, and it's live as of midnight last night. So a ward sister coming on duty after days off can see what's been happening the previous 2 days and make sure the care's gone how she would have liked it to have gone, and then take action with staff that if they haven't done things the way they should have done.